now that we've kind of gone over confidentiality, why don't we get started? I did review your intake, but why don't we just start with you telling me what's been going on recently if you're comfortable with that?
Sure. Well, I've struggled with substances for a while now, and I have been using heroin for about 4 years. I'd love to get sober. That's why I'm actually living with my mom right now. But I have tried rehab before and it didn't work, so I'm feeling a bit hopeless about it.
So I'm hearing that on one hand, you're wanting to get sober and have even taken steps to do that by moving in with your mom. But on the other hand, you're kind of feeling hopeless because you've tried to get sober in the past and it didn't work.
Yes, exactly.
I can understand how that could be really conflicting for you. Would you be open to me asking you a few more questions just about your past and your present, just to get a better understanding of what led to up to this point?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So why don't we go way back to your mother's pregnancy with you? Do you know if she smoked or drank or used drug or anything like that?
As far as I know, she didn't do any of those things. Everything was normal and healthy.
And what about presently? How would you describe your health right now?
I mean, generally speaking, healthy, other than having anxiety and obviously struggling with addiction.
Would you be comfortable if we explored into your anxiety a little bit more?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Is there anything that you can identify that may have triggered your anxiety?
I did lose one of my best friends when I was in middle school to suicide, and after that, I did have really bad anxiety and stuff, especially at school.
Feeling anxious after something like that was completely valid and a normal thing to feel. I can definitely understand how you might feel anxious after such a big loss like that, and it's extremely traumatic. Were you able to kind of cope with the loss of your best friend or process that grief at all?
No, not really. That's kind of when I started partying and drinking a lot. It made me feel normal, and then the drugs started after I prescribed Percocets after a surgery, and it was all kind of downhill from there.
So let's kind of pause and summarize here. It sounds like you experienced a significant loss that was really impactful and traumatic. And to cope with that loss, you began drinking, followed by drug use, and things kind of spiraled out of control. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
So it sounds like you've had a lot on your plate. You're extremely resilient. So thank you for being so open. I really appreciate you helping me understand what's been going on for you. I'd like to keep going if the questions have been okay so far. Did you need to take a break at all?
Yeah, no worries. I'm good to keep going.
Okay. If you need a break moving forward, just let me know. I don't want to overwhelm you.
Okay, I will for sure. Thank you.
Awesome. So to dive back into your family history, are you kind of aware of anyone in your family with substance use or mental health issues?
Yes, I know my uncle has anxiety and he struggled with both drugs and drinking his whole life. I think my grandpa struggled with substances as well when he was younger, from what I was told.
And do you know if they were able to get any treatment of any kind for either of those issues?
I know my grandpa did more holistic healing. He utilized meditation and being on the land. Actually, I started meditating and I do find that it helps a little bit.
Oh, that's great. So you're finding meditation somewhat helpful for you. What kind of meditation are you finding works for you?
I try to do guided meditation and mindfulness through an app I have on my phone for like 15, 30 minutes a day, and I have noticed it working a bit, yeah.
Right. Meditation is an awesome tool and a great coping strategy. So I'm really glad to hear that you've been utilizing that and noticing some benefits from that. Would you say that meditating is on a spiritual spectrum for you or just kind of an outlet in some other type of way?
I mean, I'm not a super spiritual person, nor was I raised to be, but I would say yes, it does fulfill me on a spiritual level in some ways. It helps ground me and connect me with the land, as well as allows me to just be in the present moment.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely see how meditation would be a great way to slow you down and kind of ground you in the moment. And it's great that you can identify that. So I heard you say that you weren't raised very spiritual. How would you say that you were raised?
I mean, I had a pretty normal childhood, no family trauma or problems that I can think of. My childhood was good. I was raised with good parents and family support.
Okay, so you would say your relationship with your parents and extended families is pretty good and supportive then?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's really good. So would you be comfortable to go to them if you were triggered or needed support?
Yeah, I do go to my family, especially my mom, if I need help or I'm having a hard time with something.
Okay, so it sounds like you have an amazing family support, which is great to be able to help utilize those people throughout your journey. Is there anyone else in your circle that you'd feel comfortable, if you needed extra support, friends or a partner?
Maybe one of my friends. I can usually call her anytime, and she talks me through things.
Great. Yeah, it's really important to be able to not only have the supports in place, but be able to go to them in a time of need. So that's really good that you already have that within your support group.
Yeah, I do have quite a few support people, which is nice.
Yeah, that'll be very important, definitely going forward in your journey. So, I'm noticing that we're kind of getting close to our time for this session. So I just wanted to check in quick and see how you're feeling about everything.
I'm feeling good about the session. It's a lot in one session to try to pack in, but looking forward to continuing the sessions.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of information in this session, but I'm really appreciated that you shared with me today. And moving forward, we can kind of do a more focused session, and it won't be so much information gathering. So why not book our next session over email? And I really look forward to seeing you again.
Okay, bye.
Bye.